Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Kamini Sharma, and I welcome you all once again with me. Today's video is on reading. Yes, reading. And in this video, I'm going to cover 5 things. First, what is reading? Second, decoding. What is decoding? And what are the 2 parts of decoding? Third, phonetics. What are phonetics? Fourth, what are the aspects of phonetics, of teaching phonetics? And third, how to teach reading through letter and sound relationship to children. Right? So let's get started. Okay, the first thing, reading. Yes. Now this word reading, what does it mean? Well, reading in a simple language, if I have to tell you, is the product of decoding of words and comprehension. Clear? Reading is the product of decoding of words and comprehension. Now, decoding. Under the umbrella of decoding, there are 2 things which are important. Decoding is divided into 2 parts. The first one is recognize a letter. Recognizing a letter. Second, saying the sound letter represents. Clear? So let me just give you an example. It will be more clear then. Okay, now I have this letter with me here, right? Everybody, all of you can see this letter. Now when I look at this letter, I should know that this letter is A, and which is the first part of decoding. Recognizing the letter A. Second part, the sound. So the sound of letter A is A. A. Yes. I hope it's clear now that decoding, 2 parts, recognizing the letter and saying the sound it represents. Right. The aim of decoding is exactly this. Whenever a child looks at a letter, he should instantly recognize the letter and be able to say the sound the letter represents. So this is the aim of decoding. Now English. Yes, all this while we've been talking about English language, and today when I'm discussing reading with you, it is important that I mention English as a language is 90% phonetically regular. So 90%, almost whole of the language is phonetically driven. Now when I say phonetic, what does this mean? The term phonetic, what does it mean? Well, phonetics is the study of sounds. The sounds which we make or the sounds which we say to pronounce a word or a letter. Phonetics is the study of those sounds. Clear? Now, in English language, we all know there are 26 letters. English language has 26 letters, but the sounds are way more than that. So, whenever you begin to introduce phonetics to a child as a parent, adult, or an educator, you need to remember that there are 3 aspects to phonetics. And whenever phonetics comes into the picture, these 3 aspects have to be considered. The first aspect is picture. The second aspect is name. And the third aspect is sound. Sound. Right? So while introducing whenever you are introducing phonetics to a child, you have to take into consideration these three aspects and then tell the child relationship between letter and sound. So the first aspect was picture. This is the picture the child can see with the eye. This is the first aspect of teaching phonetics. The second aspect is name. You have to tell the child the name of this letter, right? And the third aspect is the sound. Now, after showing the picture, telling the name, you have to tell the child what sound this letter has. So, the sound is A. The picture is this. The letter is, name of the letter is A, and the sound is A. Right? So, we've covered all three aspects here. Picture, name A, sound A. Clear? Yes. These three aspects make phonetics simpler and easier for the child to understand. Right. So now let's move on to how to introduce reading to a child. Well, when you're introducing reading to a child, you need to keep one thing in your mind, and that is you have to, that is you have to start with the sound first. Okay? Out of the three aspects which I mentioned, you have to begin with the sound because that is of most importance. Sound helps to decode, right? So we begin with the sound first. Well, all the aspects, if you come to think of it, all the aspects have their individual importance. But sound, why is sound important? Because that's how we pronounce. And when we are pronouncing it, we're going to write it accordingly. You cannot say, like, for example, let me just give you an example. A apple. So A apple, A apple it would be. But if I'm putting the sound in, it is apple. Because the sound for letter A is A, apple. A apple, not A apple. Are you getting? The name is A of the letter. For example, let me just show you. Okay, now this is the letter A. The name is A. So we don't say apple. We say apple. So we pronounce it with the sound. Clear? Similarly with cat. Okay, let me just show you. So this is C, the letter C. You don't say sat, you say cat. The sound K, cat, not with the letter name sat. Clear? Okay. So yes, this is an example which I gave to clear my point that when you're starting with the reading phonetics, you begin with the sound because sound helps you to decode. Okay, let's begin. I've prepared these flashcards and it's very simple. You can make them at home and you can use it with your child. It's pocket friendly. You don't spend anything. Like, I'm sure you all must be having chart papers and color pens at home. So just go in for a high contrast and like I have white and black. So go in for a high contrast, cut the paper into pieces and write the letters on it. Now remember, when you're writing letters, they have to be in the lower case. Yes, the letters have to be in the lower case because that's how it's in print. In print, it is the lower case which is used, not the alphabet. Not the capital. Right? So let's get started. A, 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 A. B, 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 B. K, K, C, K. D, 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 D. I hope you're noticing that I'm using all the aspects of phonetics, which is picture, name, sound. But I'm beginning with the sound. Okay? E, 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 E. F, the sound. G, 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 G. H, 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 H. E, E, I, E. J, 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 J. K, 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 K. Now letter K and letter C, they both have similar sound. K. L, 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 L. Now what happens in L? Your tongue has to touch the roof of your mouth. So you tell this to your child when you're introducing the sound. L, L. I hope you can see. L. Yes. M, 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 M. One second. N, 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 N. O, 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 letter O, O. The mouth becomes round. The shape of the mouth, your lips, they become round. O. Tell this to the child. It becomes a little easy to remember. P, P. Letter P, P. Qua, qua, Q, qua. R, R, R. R, 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 R. S, S, S. T, T, T. T, T. U, V, V, V. We. Now what happens in we? How is the sound made? You have to bite the lower lip. Yes. So tell this to the child. Bite your lower lip to make the sound for we. And also it is said that you bite your V's and you kiss your W's. So the sound for W is wa, wa. The mouth comes in a kiss shape. Wa, wa, wa. W, wa. Kiss. Remember, bite your V's and kiss your W's. X, 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 X. Now, the sound for letter X is a combination of K and S sound together. X. Example, box, fox, y, 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 y. And this is the last letter of the 26 letters that we were doing. Z, 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 z. Alright, so these were the sounds for 26 letters. And yes, I want to say one thing here, that this video, or the sounds which I just told you for different letters, take this as reference. Please do not show the video directly to a child. It will be a little difficult for the child to understand. So as a teacher, educator, parent, adult, you can use my video as a reference, as a source of reference, right? But when you're doing it with the child, do it in your own way. Like, just engage him personally in your own way, and you can take clues from the video, because this is just for reference and it's meant for adults, not for the child. It'll be too boring, it'll be lazy, and he won't be able to understand it as clearly as you, as a teacher or a parent, would make him understand on a one-on-one level. Clear? So yes, this was all about the sounds, and that's it. If you found my video resourceful, and you feel whatever I told you is of use to you, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. All of this is very motivating, to see the comments, to see the likes, and to see the subscription count going up. This comes as a huge motivation, and it's a feel-good factor. So in the next video, I forgot to mention here that the sounds which I just told you, the phonetic sounds which I told you, this is known as stage 1, and it's called phonic awareness. Yes, the sounds which I just told you is stage 1 of phonic awareness. Alright, so like I always say, until we meet next time, happy learning.